Tony Stark, a billionaire genius and the face behind Stark Industries, lives in a world of power, profit, and prestige. As the company's head, he thrives on developing cutting-edge weaponry for the U.S. military, basking in the attention and luxury his inventions afford him. But all of that changes in a flash when, after a successful demonstration of his newest weapon, the Jericho missile, Tony's military convoy is ambushed by insurgents in the Afghan desert. The attackers strike hard and fast, killing the soldiers around him. In the chaos, a Stark Industries missile explodes nearby, embedding shrapnel into Tony's chest. He blacks out. When he wakes up, he finds himself inside a dark, grimy cave, hooked to a car battery powering an electromagnet in his chest, an improvised life support system. His captors, the 10 Rings, demand he build a Jericho missile for them. To drive the point home, they show him their cache of Stark weapons. In the darkness of the cave, Tony meets Yinsen, a captive doctor from a nearby village. Yinsen saved Tony's life by building the makeshift electromagnet that keeps the shrapnel from reaching his heart. But it's a temporary fix. Knowing time is limited and recognizing the danger of fulfilling the terrorist's wishes, Tony proposes a different plan to Yinsen. Instead of building a weapon for them, they'll build a weapon for escape. Under constant surveillance and with limited materials, the two secretly work to create a small arc reactor, a self-sustaining power source Tony had theorized years earlier, to replace the car battery. With the arc reactor in place, they begin constructing something else entirely, a mechanized suit of armor with flamethrowers, weapons, and limited flight ability. Progress is slow. Suspicion grows. The guards grow restless, sometimes storming in, threatening both men. To buy time, Tony fakes minor malfunctions. Yinsen, ever calm, distracts them with reason, but they both know time is running out. Finally, the suit is complete. As the final assembly clicks into place, the guards discover their ruse. Yinsen grabs a gun and runs into the tunnel to stall them. It's a suicide mission. His sacrifice buys Tony just enough time to power up the suit. Enraged and heartbroken, Tony storms out of the shadows in full armor, torching weapons, smashing walls, and punching through the enemy ranks. He walks through fire, bullets bouncing off the armor, the ground shaking beneath each step. When he's finally clear, he launches into the air, a brief moment of flight, before the prototype suit crashes in the desert. He crawls from the wreckage, exhausted, and is eventually rescued by Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes and the U.S. military. Back in the United States, Tony is a changed man. At a press conference, he shocks the world. Stark Industries will no longer produce weapons. The decision causes chaos. Stocks plummet. The board panics. Obadiah Stane, Tony's mentor and second-in-command. Meanwhile, Tony retreats to his Malibu mansion and begins work in his garage laboratory. He designs an upgraded arc reactor and sketches a better suit. This time, it will fly. It will fight. It will be his legacy. The Mark II suit is born through countless tests and failures. First, he masters the flight stabilizers. Then, he launches himself into the sky. During a high-altitude test flight, he discovers a flaw: ice buildup at high altitudes. He crashes, but walks away smiling. He fixes the flaw. Then he paints the suit in a bold red and gold. The Mark III is born. In Afghanistan, the 10 Rings are still armed with Stark weapons. When Tony sees footage of an attack on Golmira, Yinsen's home village, something inside him snaps. He suits up, rockets across the globe, and lands in the middle of the assault. With cold precision, he disables every terrorist, rescues the villagers, and leaves their weapons in a heap of fire. Back home, Tony grows suspicious of Obadiah. Pepper Potts, his trusted assistant, helps him hack into company records. What they find is damning. Obadiah has been secretly dealing weapons to terrorists, even orchestrating Tony's kidnapping. Furious, Tony confronts Obadiah, but it's too late. Obadiah has developed his own massive suit, a monstrosity built from Tony's original design. He confronts Tony, uses a sonic paralyzer to immobilize him, and rips the arc reactor from his chest. Tony barely survives by crawling to his original prototype reactor, a relic he once dismissed as a keepsake. Pepper contacts Rhodey and S.H.I.E.L.D. for help while Tony dons his Mark III suit one last time. Obadiah, now in the Ironmonger's suit, rampages through the city. The two metal giants clash on rooftops and through streets. Obadiah's suit is more powerful, but Tony is smarter. As their battle nears the Stark Industries arc reactor, Tony lures Obadiah onto the platform. He orders Pepper to overload the reactor. The explosion kills Obadiah and shuts down Tony's suit, but he survives. The next day, the press demands answers. S.H.I.E.L.D. provides a cover story. Iron Man is Tony's bodyguard. But Tony can't lie. With the world watching, he steps up to the microphone, smirks, and says the words that change everything. I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.